Hello? Hello?
Thought you said we should mute our mics.
Oh, sorry. I mean, mute your audio. Sorry. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're starting now. Okay. So we start now. Good morning, everybody. My name is Wale Kolapo. I'm an SAP ERP consultant. I have 10 years experience implementing ERPs across a couple of industries in and out of Nigeria. I'm going to be taking us on the training today, building a career in SAP. So we'll go straight to the presentation. Like I said, if you have any questions, you could drop it on the WhatsApp group, and we will answer it either while the session is going on or at the end of the session. Okay. This training is coordinated by ERP Institute, a digital enterprise company. We provide trainings to individuals and corporates who are in need of ERP trainings. What's the content of this course? We'll start with an introduction. What is an ERP? The purpose of an ERP system, industry application of an ERP system. What are the uses of this ERP? What exactly is it used for? Who are the major vendors of ERP? Meaning, which companies are the major software companies that created this ERP that is used by businesses across the world? What are the career options that are open to somebody who wants to be an ERP professional? What are the skills that you require to be an ERP professional? Then we'll look at what are the ERP skills in demand. Then we'll also look at the ERP consulting jobs. If you intend to be an ERP consultant, this will be useful for you. Then we'll also look at how to get trained as an ERP consultant. Then we'll have a closing notes. If you have any questions, you can.
Hello.
Yes, please. Hello? Hello? If you have any question,
Continue, please.
If you have any question, you can drop it on the WhatsApp group. Like I said, we will answer it either within the course of the training or at the end. Okay, introducing ourselves. ERP Institute is a digital enterprise technology company. It was launched to bridge the gap between the knowledge gap between the optimal use of the ERP solution by corporate organizations and individuals. So essentially, we do train individuals and corporate organizations on the use of ERP systems. The major ERP systems, such as Odoo, the major ERP systems such as SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, Sage, and Odoo. In the course of this training, so that we don't, forget what we are learning, I'll advise that I'll probably take some notes. So there are 5 major ERP that we focus on. One of them is SAP. The other is Oracle. The third one is Microsoft Dynamics. The fourth one is Sage and Odoo ERP. Okay. So those are the. I hope you can all see my screen.
We can see it.
Okay. All right. So that's what we train on in a nutshell. So what's an ERP? An ERP is acronym. The full meaning of ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. Enterprise resource planning solution is the integrated management of core business process, often in real time, made possible through the use of software and technology. So it's the whole essence of an ERP system is for your business or the business you work in or the organization that you hope to work to be able to integrate their business processes, their business function, from finance to accounting to procurement to distribution to manufacturing. Everybody uses the same software such that the information sits in the same place and you are able to report on it. So it's a business software. It's software used by business in a nutshell. ERP system is it's a business management software, to put it in short, and it's used for every function that exists in the business. And that is why companies implement the software, because they want to be able to capture all their data from every location and they want to be able to report on it. What an ERP system does, I mentioned one, business integration. It enables businesses to be able to integrate their procurement, finance, sales, project management, every function within an organization. They're able to do that. The other thing it does, and why businesses implement it, is for business efficiency. ERP software helps improve efficiency and profitability through improving how company resources are spent, whether those resources are on time and whether they are saving them money, and whether the staffs are doing what they are supposed to do. So it helps in efficiency and monitoring of the business. The third thing is it's a single database for reporting. So imagine all these big organizations that you see, Shell, Mobil, and the rest of them. There's a way they report their revenue across the world. With the use of an ERP system, they are able to do all that. So they're able to monitor their revenue, their income, their expenses, their projects all across the world using softwares like ERP systems. Also, it helps in process automation. So a typical example is, imagine that every time they need to pay a vendor, they need to go to a bank, or pay for a staff, they need to carry paper to a bank. ERP systems ensures that you can automate your processes. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of companies have implemented ERP and they are still implementing ERP, to be able to allow them to be able to automate, the process. Let's just talk about a brief history of ERP. ERP systems started in the 60s due to the need to have robust software to enable inventory management and control. It has over the years become a full-blown ERP solution with digital capabilities in recent times. So it started with as a software for maintaining material planning, order management, distribution, maintaining accounting things, and maybe shop floor control. Then along the line, it was extended to enable scheduling, forecasting, planning, e-commerce, managing the warehouses and logistics. And in recent times, it has also added more functionalities for most of the ERP solutions. Things like project management, knowledge management, HR, workflow management, customer relationship, human resource, portal capability, ability to be able to access it through the web, and all that functionality, including digital. These are the things that are now possible with the ERP. So it has grown from just a solution that is used in managing inventory to a big solution that all organizations or major organizations around the world now use. So what are the major ERP vendors that we have? The major ERP vendors we have is SAP, Oracle, Sage, Microsoft Dynamics, and for small businesses, Odoo ERP. So these are the three across the world that are very popular, mostly used by large organizations. The first two, SAP and Oracle, are mostly used by very large organizations. The other three as well is used by medium to small scale organizations. So these are the things, these are the options that we have in terms of training, and these are the areas that we focus on as in ERP Institute. Okay, so I'll just give a brief history or description of these 5 ERP solutions. The first one starting with SAP. So it's like this 5 ERP solution, it's like social media, right? So if you're talking about social media, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, they all do the same thing. They help you to communicate, right? But they are either owned by different people. That's the same way ERP works. So SAP is owned by SAP Corporation in Germany. Oracle is owned by Oracle Corporation in the US. So they are separate softwares that do the same thing. They are all in the category of ERP. So I'll start with SAP and do a brief discussion about SAP and what it is. SAP has the largest market share in terms of ERP. They are the first to have a major breakthrough in ERP technology in the world. And since then they've grown. They are very big in oil and gas industry and in manufacturing as well, both in Nigeria, in Europe, in the US. Oracle ERP is also, they started in 2012 and now they have a cloud solution as well. SAP also has a cloud solution, so everybody is doing cloud web-based solution at the moment. It's also a good ERP in the sense that, and it's also popular, especially in the US. We also have Microsoft Dynamics ERP. This is owned by Microsoft organization. It's geared towards mid-sized organization. It's mostly implemented by medium-scale organization, although I've seen some large organizations also implement the solution. We also have the Sage. Sage is used by medium-scale to small-scale organization, as well as Odoo ERP. It's also used by small organizations. So depending on what your target is, if you are targeting to work within small organizations, you could train in Odoo ERP, Sage ERP, or probably you're planning to enter the market because there are more small organizations than big organizations. If you are looking to work in big corporations, you can consider trainings in Microsoft Dynamics, Oracle, SAP. These are like the major ERP solutions that big organization, multinational use. Industry application of ERP. It's used across industries. So no matter the industry where you work or where you intend to work, a lot of them use one ERP or the other. And it's majorly either SAP, Oracle, Sage, Odoo, or Microsoft Dynamics. So across all organizations, it's used: health, telecoms, education, insurance, utilities, name it, oil and gas, banking. It's used across board. What is ERP and the benefits? I think I've mentioned this. I think I've mentioned this earlier. One of the benefits It's that it allows regulatory compliance. So auditors and all the regulatory bodies, tax people that do come to companies, they do expect that you have a software that can generate your report and show how much you are making and all that. It also helps productivity. It helps in process and efficiency. It fosters growth. It also helps you to organizations to keep abreast of competition. It also helps you and them for to be able to uh, provide some sense of mobility and flexibility, where you can do transactions on mobile phones and all that. Save money as well because you're able to monitor your expenses. So that's the benefits that organizations get, and that is why they choose to implement SAP. The importance and benefits of ERP system far outweighs its initial cost. It's a very expensive software because within the cost of the implementation, you would need people and you will need to pay the people who do the implementation as well. As a result of this benefit, large and medium scale organizations across the world are investing and implementing ERP solutions, and they are also looking for support. Implementation and support of ERP system often creates roles. So there are different roles that are created because organizations are implementing SAP. You can have end user role, you can have super user role for people who provide support. You can also have consultant roles for people who implement. You can also have project management, project manager role for people who want to become project managers and to be able to project manage this kind of softwares. And there are also certifications for all that. You can also be a delivery manager as well. So these are several roles that do exist in an organization. So as you go through this training, and maybe if you intend to build a career in ERP solutions, you can begin to look at which of these solutions am I interested in, and which of these roles am I interested in? Do I want to work as an end user? So, for instance, as an example, if I'm an accountant or or I want to become an HR expert or I want to become a procurement expert in an organization, then I'll think that, okay, maybe I'll just do an end user training that allows me to be able to use the system or boost my chances to be able to get a job in an organization where that particular ERP is used. Organizations trying to recruit employees often consider individuals who have end user knowledge of the ERP. It gives you a competitive advantage if you already know the software that the organization is using for their business. It helps you to be able to use it from day one. So you require less training, for instance, and that might be a reason to hire you or a reason for you to move to your next job. You also have roles for implementation consultant roles. These are individuals that do set up the system. So you set up the structure of the system. Implementation consultants are in two phases. So you have technical implementation consultants. These are people that have core IT knowledge. So maybe you study computer science, interested in core IT, maybe programming and all that. These are the people that make changes to the system or do the installation. Then you also have functional roles. Functional roles are roles for business people with business background. So if you're an accountant and you want to become a functional consultant, you can endeavor to be an implementation consultant. So if you're an HR person and you want to become a functional consultant, meaning that once the technical people have installed the system, it now becomes your responsibility to set up the system. So those are also roles that are possible within organization. We also have support roles. Support roles are for people who are interested in supporting the user. So if you're interested in helping, you have knowledge of the software and you are interested in helping the user, you can help them to say, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I post my invoice? Or how do I record an employee if I'm an HR person? Or how do I raise a purchase order if I'm a procurement person? If you are interested in helping the user, then you can be a support consultant. We also have people who are interested in project management and maybe change management, the soft side of things. There are also certifications and there are also roles that are advertised for this kind of role. You can also be a training consultant. So if you like facilitating and you have good knowledge of the system, then you can also be a training consultant. So these are options that are open, career options that are open to individuals who are interested in this. Industry where ERP professionals work. I think I've mentioned this earlier. There's almost no industry that an ERP professional cannot work. Just a small snippet of some organizations that have implemented ERP. I'm sure we can relate with some of them. The list is available on the internet, so you can also check it out. From even in Nigeria, Forte Oil, MRS, Total, and outside the country as well. There are a lot of organizations that have implemented. So these are the organizations that you have opportunity in working. If you have the right skill and you're lucky enough to have the right experience, then it's a global career path where you can work in any of these organizations around the world. And this is just a small snippet of those organizations. If you just do a search on the internet across websites of developed countries, recruitment sites of developed countries, you will see that ERP solution is quite in demand. So this is just a snippet of roles that exist within ERP. So I just put in ERP jobs in Canada, for instance. You can see list over 5,000 roles waiting to be filled that relate to ERP. Also in Nigeria, same thing. There are more demands outside Nigeria because there are many organizations outside Nigeria than in Nigeria, many big corporations outside Nigeria than in Nigeria. But there are also jobs in Nigeria where ERP solutions are in demand. This is just a snippet from LinkedIn job sites. Okay, so of course there are skills required as an ERP professional. You need to ask yourself if you possess these skills naturally or you are willing to learn these skills to be able to work as an ERP professional. The first thing is that you must have a form of training in whichever ERP you choose. So I'd mentioned two things. The first one is that which of the ERP solutions am I interested in? Is it SAP? Is it Oracle? Is it Sage? Is it Microsoft Dynamics? Is it Odoo? Then the second thing you should check is which area am I interested in? Is it finance, procurement, HR? Is it technical? Is it development? Is it programming? So you need to ask yourself which area you're interested in. And as an end user, so I'll start with an end user role. As an end user, you need to understand the business processes before you are employed by an organization or before an organization can appreciate your value as an end user of a particular ERP solution. You must be able to demonstrate understanding of the business process. You must have good communication skills, evidenced by ability to use the module. You must be able to use at least a module within the ERP solution. You must have the general software skills. Like I said, the major ERPs that we train on are these five ones, and if we provide trainings for you on these areas, we do emphasize on having this skill as well, not just the training. So as a consultant, consultants are the most sought after and the most in-demand, high-paying roles in the ERP world. There are 10 skills of an ERP consultant that are required. So apart from training, we do encourage you to, develop yourself in these skills because those are the things that an organization look out for. The number one thing is that you must be trained by experienced consultants who is able to train you and give you the right guidance. All our trainers are certified in ERP Institute, so should you think of a place where you can get training, then we will be able to assist. There are 10 in-demand skills of an ERP consultant. The first one is that you must have good communication skill, and you must improve the way you are able to communicate or are able to express what you are talking about. Because as a consultant, you do engage business people and specialists all the time. So you must be able to provide good communication skills. Technology specific. Yes, you must choose a technology that you want to be a consultant in, the SAP, the Oracle, Microsoft, the Sage. You must also be resourceful, be able to research and find answers to questions that you do ask that you need. You must also have a problem-solving ability. Identify problem is one, and finding appropriate solution is another. So you're expected to have a problem-solving skill. It's one of the skills that is expected of a successful consultant. You must also be willing to develop others, train others, be able to improve others as well, because as a consultant, the job of a consultant is to go from company to company and share knowledge of what they know and get paid for that knowledge. Certification is also important, and that's why ERP training institutes do help you to gain certification if you intend to gain certification, and also provide some level of mentorship for you to be able to enter into the industry. Team building is expected that you will work within a team. So if you're an ERP consultant, most likely you will move from project to project and you will meet people, teams and all that. It's very important that you have a team building skill. Project management skill as well. You must know a little about project management to become a good consultant. Teaching ability as well. You must be willing to teach other people. Like I said, you do move from projects to projects, and you will need to be able to impact your knowledge and show ability to be able to impact knowledge on others. You must have stable work experience. At least you must be able to get on a project at first, stay there for a couple of years to be able to learn like an intern, so that you are able to gain some knowledge. Then you can begin to, as much knowledge as you have or as much years of experience you have, so does your potential to be able to earn more is activated. So if you have 1 year, 2 years experience, you're probably a starter. Then as you grow in those experience, you have the ability to be able to earn more. What are the ERP skills in demand in Nigeria and outside Nigeria? Top on the list is SAP FICO for finance professionals, material management for people in procurement. HR is also in demand. Sales and distribution for people who have background in sales, for instance, or even if you don't have a background, you can learn it. Also in demand are ERP purchasing. Even in Nigeria, these skills are required in and outside Nigeria as well. Microsoft Dynamics ERP skills is also required, as well as Odoo. So together, I think I'd mentioned this earlier, and in ERP Institute, we also, focus on this area, because at the end of the day, if you do a training, the expectation is that you are able to use that investment to be able to gain income as well and to be able to enter into a career. So we do advise that you identify the niche industry you want to work and the certifications that you want to do. Identify the ERP solution and the module. I've mentioned that earlier. You need to choose between the ERP solution and the module that you want to work. Is it finance? Is it HR? Is it human resource? Is it project management? Shortlist 2 or 3 solutions and study them extensively for a couple of months. We do set up demo systems for people who subscribe to our training. You attend the training as well. Develop a network of mentors as well. We do help you to develop a network of mentors as well. You create your CV to reflect your new role. Then you can start approaching target companies that you're interested in working in to see if they have roles for you. How to get trained? I'd mentioned that we do give trainings as part of the services, both to individuals and corporate organizations that are thinking of implementing ERP solutions. Our training and education service for corporates include training needs analysis. We do ERP support services. We also help in preparing training materials. And we also facilitate international ERP trainings with our international partners. If you do wish to do some form of corporate trainings abroad. On our website, erpinstitute-ng.com, it has a list of websites, over 33 courses that we do offer. Some of them are individuals, some of them are corporate. What we're doing today is just one of those online trainings that we do have. We have a couple of other online trainings as well. So you can look through it after this session. You can look through it and see if there's anyone which you'll be interested in training. Our training we are registering trainings for Q2 already that will run from now till June. So if you know the training you're interested in, we can book you a slot, and there's a discount for early registration. Any questions? Any questions? Hello?
Hi.
Okay. So that's all I have. Any comments or any questions? You could drop it here, or you could drop it in the WhatsApp group. All right. In the absence of any questions, I think we can. Okay, I can see somebody's typing. Yeah. Okay. Someone says that all questions will be on WhatsApp group. Yeah. I've not seen any questions so far, so I'll probably wait for another 2-3 minutes to see if anybody has any questions that they want to ask. Then, before we close the session, if you're interested in any of these trainings, you can drop it on the WhatsApp group or send a personal message to my number. I just dropped my number on the WhatsApp group now. Or also you can send a message to the lady who coordinated this Mudukbe. You can send her a direct message as well. I'll drop the number just in the WhatsApp group now.
Okay. Can I ask just a question?
Yes, please.
Okay, so if you're tech savvy for the SAP development training, if you're tech savvy already and you have like a basic understanding, not just a basic, like a rudimentary understanding of some IT languages such as Java, HTML, SCSS, the likes of them. Yeah. How easy is it to actually implement this SAP development into your career?
Okay, so if you're tech savvy already, it's really easy. So what I've seen mostly, people who have worked in core IT space like Java and all those development language, they find it easy to relate with the technology parts of SAP. Like so, SAP has its own programming language. Sorry, please, can we all mute, please? Can we all mute, please? So SAP has its own technology language called ABAP. It's easy for you to be, once you have the right training, then it's easy for you to be able to get into that space.
And how long does it last? How long will it take to actually understand or learn ABAP?
Okay, so in terms of the training, I think it depending on. So if you are looking at a basic training, sorry, just give me a minute. I'm trying to mute. I'm trying to mute this. Everybody on the phone. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Forget about your problem. This thing may be the time when you watch for. Inside this thing, you go learn a lot. About come and take your own. That's what I do.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Okay, better. So if you're trying to get into ABAP development training, we could organize a 2 weeks starting training, but the certification training itself, it lasts for 20 days, 20 working days. Not 20 working days, but 20 days for the certification training. But if you're looking at how-to training to start with, we could do a 4-weekend training on ABAP development, like an introduction to ABAP development. And with that, you can jumpstart it since you have a background already.
Okay.
Okay.
I have another question.
All right.
Yeah, like, is it required that you have an IT background in terms of qualification before enrolling for any of these consultant roles?
No, you don't. I myself, I've been doing SAP for 10 years. I've worked in a lot of organizations and on oil for the oil in Nigeria.
Okay.
You don't require. I have a background in accounting, although I have appreciation for IT. So computer doesn't scare me.
All right, that's great.
Yeah, but you don't have to have an IT background.
Come and grab your copy.
Hello?
Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
You will laugh and forget about your problem.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Okay. Somebody asked the question. Says that.
I think the guy is off.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah,
right.
I can hear you.
So somebody asked to drop the the Training Institute URL. So I'm going to just do that right now. I'm going to drop it on the WhatsApp group. Okay. But for those of us who are not in the WhatsApp group, it's ERP Institute erpinstitute-ng.com.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I wish to ask a question.
Okay, please do ask a question.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done with the question. That's what I wanted to ask. And I think I'm done with that.
Okay, so
Then, yeah, are you here?
yes, I am.
Like the certification, like does it have like an international body that you have to be a member? Like you have an international body, like like now we have like Society for the Human Resource Management. So I'm trying to know if the ERP has a body to like that, like in terms of international recognition.
Yes. So yes, there's an international recognition there. So for each of these solutions that I've mentioned, SAP, Oracle, Sage, Odoo, there is a certification part. So they are like international organizations on their own. I'm sure you know Microsoft, for instance, right?
Yeah, I know Microsoft.
Microsoft Dynamics is an ERP solution that was created by Microsoft. So they do have certification programs for it.
Okay.
So
I think I'm interested in the Microsoft Dynamics of things.
The same way with SAP, the same way with Oracle. SAP is a company in Germany. They are the first to do ERP solutions, right? And most organizations use them. Fortune 500 and all that also use them. So they have their own certifications as well. So if you are trying to be a consultant, then you should be looking at having that certification to boost your chances of getting a job. If you are looking to work as an employee within an organization, just to start with, right, then you can just do an end user training to start with. So there is end user training, there is consultant training as well. If you are looking to be a project manager, then you can take project management training as well, because they also have their own implementation methodology that they expect that whoever is the project manager is able to understand and implement.
So sorry, is there a way you can send like the breakdown of all the courses, like a template to the group where everyone can see that everyone choose the one that best fits he or she? Or that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. So what I would do just now is that I'll go to the website and go to all courses, and you will see the courses that are listed on the
I think that would be better.
That are listed on this site. I think the only courses that are not there right now are technical courses like ABAP development and that, and we will include that within. We would include that those courses as well.
Hello.
Okay. So
Hello.
on the site now, I'm dropping it on the WhatsApp group. I'm dropping that information of all the training options that are.
That's great.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
I think from my side, I'm done. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I actually have
I can hear you.
Training on Oracle Business Suite. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Wale, are you there?
Hello. Sorry. I missed the question. I missed the question. Somebody said that you're currently having training on Oracle.
Okay. I'm speaking. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I had a training on Oracle e-business suites.
Okay.
Okay, and we're told that there are various modules involved in the ERP, and we actually used the HRMS, Human Resources Management System. But
Okay.
I majored in payroll.
Okay.
But I was surprised you didn't make mention of anything pertaining to payroll, or is the payroll embedded in the human resources
Yes,
model you talked about?
payroll is embedded in human resource.
Okay.
So
And is there a certification on that alone?
yes, there is a certification on payroll alone. So you are looking into doing a payroll certification, right? Hello? Hello?
You, I can hear you.
Hello? Okay.
I can hear you.
There is a certification on payroll for Oracle. I just need to get you can send me a chat on the
Okay.
WhatsApp group. I just need to get the certification details for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Let me just check the WhatsApp group to see if there is any other participant who has a question that has not been answered. Okay, so somebody did ask that what is the cost of the training like for one to be fully certified? So the training cost depends on, there is a cost on the website. So that's the cost for the training alone. There is also a certification cost attached to it. It depends on the training. So you could send me a message to the number that it's on the website. I think Dupe just dropped both numbers now. You could send me a message on when you decide which of these certifications you want to do, then we can talk about the cost of that certification and if there's any discount attached to it. Somebody asked the question, what's the prospect for someone who just ventured into data analytics and project management? So within the ERP space, data analytics is it's a new technology. And sorry, please give me a minute. I'm trying to mute somebody who's disturbing us. So data analytics is a new space, and for all these technologies that I've mentioned, ERP, SAP, Oracle, they also have they're also big in data analytics because the data that sits in each of those softwares, they also intend to be able to show some level of data analytics, to the end users. So yes, it's data analytics is possible, and there are certifications around data analytics. It's called business intelligence. For most of the big ones like SAP and Oracle, they call it business intelligence. So yes, there is a chance for you to enter into it if that's your background. Project management is different. It's totally different from data analytics. Like I said, there's a project management certification on its own that talks about the methodology to implement the solution. Okay. Somebody is asking 5 days, 14 days. Not sure to want to fully understand. Okay, so somebody is asking that it saw that there are trainings for 5 days and 14 days training. Is it not too short for one to understand? Okay, so the way these trainings work is that you will be introduced to the solution. You will go through the implementation. A good number of things will be done by you yourself, in the sense that you will have to we do offer a demo solution where you can practice what you have learned. Practicing what you have learned will definitely take more than the 14 days or the 5 days that you have to see in the training. So your training is ongoing until you get a job, or you are able to convince yourself that you are confident enough to be able to either set up the system or use a part of the solution. So yes, the structured training is between 5 and 14 days. And what you will gain there is the tools that are required for you to be able to work on your own. I hope I've answered that question. Okay, I think I've answered this person who said ERP training, payroll certification. I think I've answered that. What's the relationship between data, AI, machine learning, and ERP? So somebody's asking, what's the relationship between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and ERP? So ERP itself, like what I just mentioned today, is used in running the business, right? Integrated solution, finance, procurement, HR. Now, on top of this, these ERP vendors are building artificial intelligence capability into those software as well as some form of machine learning and ERP. So these are new technologies, right? So if you want to focus on that area, there are also solutions or technology that they are deploying, which you would need to know for you to be able to focus on either artificial intelligence or machine learning. So these are like enablers to the core technology itself. Any other question? Okay. All right. I think we've passed 1 hour already. In the absence of any other questions, I want to say thank you to everyone who joined this training. You could look through our website, like we said, or you could drop a personal information here. The website is erpinstitute-ng.com for anyone who intends to take the training further than this. You could also send me a private chat in the number that I just dropped on the WhatsApp group if you have any other questions or any other guidance. We're starting registration for our second quarter training I'll take place between now and June this year, and we're offering discounts as well. Thank you very much for your time. Have a nice day, everybody.
Thank you.